The Reserve Bank of India has announced that it is withdrawing 2,000 Indian rupee notes from circulation. The Indian bank made the announcement just a short while ago, and it has said that the currency notes will continue as legal tender. The Reserve Bank has now requested the public to deposit their 2,000 rupee notes in the bank or to get it exchanged for other denominations. The RBI has given until the 30th of September the time to exchange or to deposit the currency notes. It has also advised banks to stop issuing the notes with immediate effect. In its order, the RBI has announced an exchange limit of 20,000 rupees at any time at a bank from the 23rd of May, and this is to ensure operational convenience and to avoid disruption at all banks. Now, the RBI has cited that their clean money policy is what is behind this move. Now, remember, 7 years ago, the Indian government had banned the 500 and 1,000 denomination notes in a historic late evening address by the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. These notes were replaced by new 500 and 2,000 rupee notes. The exercise has, of course, divided views on the effectiveness of the move. The current decision to ban 2,000 rupee notes will bring the same differing views to the forefront again. But the rumors of such a move have been doing the rounds, especially after the government had clarified in December that no new 2,000 rupee notes have been printed since 2018-2019. So this, of course, is the latest announcement by the Indian government, where the 2,000 rupee notes have now been withdrawn, and the government has said that people have time until September to get these notes replaced. But there's also a caveat that you can deposit only about 10 2,000 rupee notes and get them exchanged in one go. This is what the government has, of course, said. People have got time till the 30th of September to exchange the notes, the 2,000 rupee notes that they have with them. It has also advised banks to stop issuing the notes with immediate effect. And now to give us more perspective in terms of what this move by the government, of course, means, we're being joined by Dipali Pant Joshi, who's the former executive director of the Reserve Bank of India. All right, there seems to be a bit of an issue with the line. We'll try reconnect with Ms. Dipali Pant Joshi on this story. But this, of course, is a move that is again likely to divide people's opinions on this issue. Because remember, the exercise of demonetization was done on the 8th of November in 2016, 7 years ago. And back then it had created a huge disruption in terms of how the economy was run. And back then it was the 500 and 1,000 rupee notes that had been taken out of circulation. They were no longer declared as legal tender. At this moment, the 2,000 rupee notes still continue to remain a legal tender, but the banks have been told not to issue these notes, and people have been given time until the 30th of September to go and get their notes exchanged at the banks. This, of course, is the latest directive, and India will start withdrawing its highest value of the currency notes from circulation. So no longer these high-valued notes will no longer, of course, be issued by the banks. So I'm told that we have Ms. Dipali Pant Joshi with us. Ma'am, if you can hear me, this is the question that I need to ask you. Now, this is a move by the government where it has said that it was important for it to carry out this measure. What do you make of the government now withdrawing 2,000 rupee notes and telling people to get all the notes that they have to be exchanged by till the 30th of September?
Okay, it's very simple. This was always the intent when the note was introduced. So let's go back to when this note was introduced. This note was introduced in November 2016. And this was done under Section 24(1) of the Reserve Bank of India Act. And that is to meet the currency requirements of the economy in a very quick manner after the withdrawal of legal tender status of all 500 and 1,000 banknotes in circulation at that time. So, the objective of introducing 2,000 banknotes was met once banknotes in other denominations, that is 100, 20, 500, 200, became available in adequate quantities. You must remember that at the time of demonetization, these other smaller notes were not available. The entire volume of currency which was withdrawn could not immediately be replaced. Therefore, by value, it was replaced with the 2,000 rupee note. Once this was met and conditions had normalized, printing of 2,000 banknotes was stopped as far back as the year 2018-19.
Right.
So it's nothing startling. You know, the Reserve Bank has a clean note policy. It is bound by the Reserve Bank of India Act to see that the notes in circulation are of very good quality for the public. So periodically, notes which are old, defaced, torn, are withdrawn.
That's a good point that you've made. But Ms. Joshi, the point that I also want to ask you is, by putting out a statement as the government has now done, that people will be given time until the 30th of September to go and get their 2,000 rupee notes exchanged, does this create a sense of panic within the public?
No, because the RBI instruction or the website of the RBI clearly states that these notes are withdrawn from circulation. Okay? They're just withdrawn from circulation. They continue as legal tender. These notes have not been demonetized. They will not be used. All notes continue as legal tender, which means that obligation which is there on your note, which says, I promise to pay the bearer the value of rupees 2,000, will be there. And you can simply walk into your
Does it mean that these notes will continue to remain legal tender even after the 30th of September?
That will depend upon the RBI. If the RBI extends the time frame beyond 30th September, then yes. Otherwise, clearly no. Which means you have time till the 30th of September, nearly 4 months, to go and you can get exchange value for your notes. That means if you tender a 2,000 rupee note, you can get 100 rupee notes in exchange, or any other note in exchange, any other denomination. You can get 10 to 100 rupee notes, whatever you want. But you see, even from the ATMs, as I mentioned to you, right back in 1819, we stopped printing these new notes.
All right.
Now, and then RBI has its statistics. So 89% of the 2,000 denomination bank notes were issued prior to March 2017 around demonetization. They are at the end of the estimated lifespan. You see, the note also, like human beings, does not last. Paper note does not last.
I think that point has been made. My last quick final question: does it in any way, affect the money supply in the Indian economy?
No, it does not. In fact, there are so many other notes in circulation, and the economy runs on the smaller notes. On production, consumption, distribution, and that retail function is handled by the smaller notes. So the stock of banknotes in other denominations is quite adequate to meet the currency requirements of the public and the currency requirements of trade and commerce. So there is no issue as far as the economy is concerned. This is a normal, routine thing.
Absolutely, indeed. We are completely out of time. Thank you very much indeed, Ms. Dipali Pant Joshi, for joining us and getting us all those insights there on this big move that's been announced by the Indian government. Thank you very much indeed. Where 2,000 rupee notes that were, of course, issued in the aftermath of demonetization exercise in 2016. These will, of course, be taken away from circulation, and people have been given time until the 30th of September to get them exchanged at their banks. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.